Recently, I've been streaming Deltron and Undertale in a way that randomly stalls between both games. I find this to be a fun challenge, and I think I should show you how I even do this.
Alright, now for a
You can even do this with fan games and mods because it actually doesn't change the code of any of the games. This is inspired by the Abyss Hawk Shuffler, and I'll be showing you how to do this with any games on PC. But I'll be using Undertale and Deltron as a base. To start our Underswap journey, we're going to need these two apps. The first one is named Nyrna, and the second is called AutoHotKey. You can find both of these in the description, and all you have to do is go to the main page of each and find a download link. Here in Nyrna, you can find some useful information about what it does, and the download link is just simply right here. For AutoHotKey, you can just find a download link right on the main page right here. Now that we have both of our apps, first we want to go to Nyrna. Nyrna's main point is to suspend and reopen games. So when we open up Undertale, first we're going to find that it ends up right here on this list. And it's just a list of every app you have open. Now when I press it, you'll see that Undertale has been paused. Now if I try clicking on Undertale, it will give me this glitch, like the game's about to crash, kind of like error type thing. But if you simply just re-click on Undertale, it will just fix itself. And that's because when I clicked it, Undertale becomes suspended. And when I re-click it, Undertale becomes not suspended, fixing itself. This is essentially how you pause your game, and the main point of Nyrna. Now, we're going to go to the settings, and we want to go to where it says minimize and restore windows. So now when we click here, not only will it pause Undertale, but it will also take it down to down here. And when I press it again, it brings Undertale back. Next, we want to go back to the settings and go all the way down where it says hotkey and app-specific hotkeys. And simply press the plus and then select app. This will show you every app that is open, so select Undertale, or whatever game you have on, and simply press whatever key you want to be your hotkey. It could be regular letters, it could be numbers, it could be the numpad, it could even be arrow keys. For me, I already have it set to numpad 9, and I do recommend having it to something you won't press often. And now when I press numpad 9, it will again do this where it will close and open Undertale based on when I press numpad 9. So now simply do the same with the second game you want to swap into. So in our case it's going to be Deltron. And now I already have set this up as numpad 7, as you can see right here. And now if you press numpad 7 and numpad 9 or whatever both of your hotkeys at the same time, you'll see that the game actually does swap. But this isn't what we want. We are pressing the buttons ourselves, so it isn't actually random. So what we want to do now is, first off, we want to close both Undertale and Deltron. So just close them both. And go to AutoHotKey Dash. We want to go to New Script. Name it what you want. In this case, I'll call it GameSwap. And press Create. This is going to send you to your file viewer. And you want to go to whatever is your one that you just made. In this case, it's called GameSwap. Right click it and go down to where it says Edit in Notepad. This will open an empty notepad for you. And here you want to go to the code that I have in the description and copy it here. And here there are 3 important sections. First off, here where it says gameKeys, in between these quotes, put down whatever hotkey you have set in Nyrna. So for me, I can just move this right. I have numpad 7 set for Dotrun, and numpad 9 set for Undertale. Next is here I have numpad 8. This will be your toggle switch. Simply press this button once you want to start the code, and press the button again when you want to turn it off. Again, set this to a button you won't be pressing too often. Next, you want to go all the way down to where it says random, R&D, 15,000, 45,000. This is your minimum and maximum times. This is set in milliseconds. So this actually says 15 to 45 seconds. If you want to change it, just change the two numbers on the left. So 1,000 would be 1 second, 20,000 would be 20 seconds, and so on. For us, I had it set to 15 to 45 seconds. You can free to change it yourself. For the sake of this video, I'll have it set to 7 seconds to 15 seconds. This is just so it's a little faster for us to see if it worked or not. Then press Ctrl S and then exit from Notepad. Then you go back to your file and then just open it. Because I already had it open before, it asked me this, but I'm just going to type yes. And with that, our code is ready. Now open up Undertale and Dotrun, and you want to manually press the hotkeys for both of those games. So here in settings, just go out of settings, and you'll see that both Dotrun and Undertale are closed now. And now we just want to press the toggle. When we do that, one of the games will automatically open up for us. And once the 7 to 15 seconds pass, or whatever times you have set, the game will stop just like this. And then if we wait another 7 to 15 seconds, or whatever times you have set for yours, it will swap back to Dotrun. And with that, you're ready to swap between two games. But what if you want to swap between 3 or 4? Luckily, this code is easily changeable for you. So first off, press your toggle switch, for me it's numpad 8, and the games will stop swapping. And then for your sanity, you can also just close whatever game is currently on or not. But you want to again go to Nyrna and add a hotkey for what is the next game you want to add. In my case, let's have it be Cuphead. And then we're just gonna have that be inactive. So for me, that's numpad 4. And we want to just go back to our hotkey, go back to edit in Notepad. And that's going to show us the code that we had before. And here where it says game keys, to add another game, simply put comma, space, open quotes, and then whatever hotkey we have it set to. So I had it set to numpad 4, and then another quotes. And yeah, just to make sure, I have numpad 4 here, and numpad 4 here. Press Ctrl S, exit, go to your files, open it again, just to make sure it changes. And now, have all your games open, but set into suspend mode. Now when you select your toggle, one of your games will open. Then once the time passes, we'll see that, let me just also switch to this. The game will stop. And let's just also move Dotrun to the side so we can actually see right here. And now you can see that Deltron closed and Cuphead open. And now Cuphead closed and Deltron open back again. And this will just randomly swap between the 3 games. And you can add a 4th by just adding more quotes, and a 5th, and a 6th, and as far as I know, this should work for as many games as you choose. One last thing. Ignore my OBS going a little crazy right here. Doesn't like when it records itself. But if you want to have it work for a stream or recording, go to your Underswap or Deltron tabs for your sources, and then go to Properties. What you want to do here is go to hook rate and select it to fastest for both Deltron and Undertale, or all games that you have set to this. This just makes it so that there's less lag between when the games swap. You also are going to have your games be set by hotkeys, which you just do by going to your file and settings there. You should be able to understand how to do that on your own, I hope. And yeah, that's going to be it for the video. Tomorrow I'll be continuing this stream with chapter 3 and hopefully finishing the passive strat of Undertale and starting the Geno route. Hope to see you for that.